What about it, guys? Man, we got an awesome show coming up today. It all come together last night. I was over on RV MIA. I can never think of the name of his channel. MIA Researcher, something like that. I love that guy, but his channel name throws me for a loop. It was sort of like MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless for a while. But anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. Also, thanks for the raid, the American Wanderer. I caught the tail end of their show. First time I've got to catch one of his shows, and I'm going to have to make it a point to get over there more often. It's just hard to catch everybody, but I'm going to try to get over there more often. No American Wanderer. What did I say? American Wanderer. Anyway, I've got it on my thing as the American Wanderer. So, anyway, I am trying to scroll through the comments, and that's a bad thing for me to do because I get distracted. It's like a bunch of squirrels. So let's see who got in here first. Artist on the Road and Nursing Our Travel Bug come in second. Matter of fact, a distant second. Come in 2 minutes later. So wasn't even a photo finish like it usually is. Lynn, aka Farm Okie, come in 3 minutes later. So she's 5 minutes past first place. But appreciate you guys being here. Let's go on down, and it's got Justin and Christina, Rhonda D, our epic RV adventure. Wow, yeah, Michael. Man, y'all just gotta wait and see. I guess I had it in the title, but we are going to have Roasters Marketplace owner. I'm assuming owner. I caught the tail end of the show last night and ran into this guy, Chris. Anyway, and Michael's gonna have to help me. What's the MIA researcher guy's name? Anyway, he said, "Hey, you need to hook up with Gary at Daydream and go on his morning coffee show." And I was like in heaven. It was just like he laid out all my Christmas presents in front of me and said, "Here you go, Gary, but you can't open them till tomorrow." I didn't sleep a wink last night. Anyway, it was awesome. Packing, getting ready to hit the road. Got you, Michael. Y'all got a lot of work to do. Me and Tammy is going to have to make some decisions in a few days that we're talking about. I'll let you guys know about that in a few days. It's good. Maybe it's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be maybe what we need to do. I don't know. We're still praying about things and looking at all of our options. So, let me go on down. There's Rayleigh, Creative Travel, Mr. Blaine. Over the Hill RV, Happy Place Camping. Bob's Adventure. Rolling Through Reality. Morning, guys. Meant to be RVing. Misty Pruitt. By the way, Misty Pruitt took home the big grand prize last night at Box Van D. She won 68 buckaroos. That was the big prize last night. Misty Pruitt didn't win it the first time. The first winner wasn't in the house. So Misty Pruitt got lucky, and they done a second drawing on it, and she was the winner. War Eagle, Misty Pruitt. Linda Barker's in the house. J-Dub's Vlogs. Welcome, guys. I seen y'all over at the American Wanderer. I call it the American Wanderer. I hope that's right. Get on down through here. I think I said hi to everybody. If I missed you, I am sorry. I'm going to go over to the phone and see if I can catch you up. I start out on StreamYard, and then I move to the phone. There's J. Charles Outdoors. That's a JT raid. Thanks, guys. It is the American Wanderer, because there he is in the house. Appreciate y'all coming over. Let me see here. I want to try not to leave nobody off. Tell y'all what, there's B&D Crafts in the house. We went over and had a good time on his channel. Like last night or night before last, my days run together. There's Avenger RV Adventure in the house. There's Kenneth Oaks. Man, there's my man Kenneth Oaks. Good to have you here, buddy. Slow Mo is in the house. Man, we rode along with Slow Mo on his way home last night. Uh, and Slow Mo was leading, so he had to use the GPS to find his way home. I'm just saying. Let's see here. If you guys want me to read a comment, you have to tag me in it. I keep my phone running to the right, so I try to see it. I'm going to try one of these days and get me another string to go up here, and maybe that'll help some. Took off and left BJ behind. I doubt that. She might let him lead. All right. So, like I was talking about when we first got started, in about 30 minutes, Chris from Roasters Marketplace is going to be in here. And that it's all coffee, guys. It's all coffee. So, uh, we're going to learn a little bit about coffee and a great place to get it. And I come in on the tail end of an interview last night over at MIA Researchers. And I was just like, I had just fell into like a banana split or something. I was just in heaven. I was just eating it all up. Uh, by the way, I like banana split. Just hold the whipped cream. For some reason, I've never got into the whipped cream thing. Matter of fact, I can taste it. Ugh. You can't put it on anything I have and take it off because I can taste it. I don't know. Yeah, Bob's AdVanture this morning is actually going to be coffee talk. First time I think we've had coffee talk. And so I am really looking forward to that. I asked him to come in about 30 minutes into the show to give everybody a chance to get here because I want to make sure everybody gets to see it. So I love bananas. I can eat a banana split. I can take cereal and put bananas in it, and I love that too. So, but anyway, we're going to have that to talk about today. That's going to take up most of the show. I got another RV quick tip video coming out, and thank you guys. That is that the comments. What I want to tell y'all what surprised me. And I know we have a lot of loyal people that watches them from beginning to end. I thought a 3-minute video would get close to 100% views. Like average watch time would be maybe in the 70% range. No. Average watch time for that did get to about the 50% range. But a 3-minute video and still the average watch time was a minute 40 seconds. You don't even get to see what it was about. That just blows my mind. I'm not mad or anything. I just don't understand it. I mean, if I click on a video, I'm at least going to stay long enough to find out what the tip's about. So I don't know. I don't understand all that. We did get a lot of comment, and I appreciate y'all for that because I spent about an hour total yesterday just doing comments on videos, and I love it. I love it when y'all make comments. Yep. So, but anyway, that just blew me away. I seen Happy Place Camping there. I didn't even look at my video, my happy birthday video. I didn't even look at it. That's crazy though, ain't it, Justin? I don't I watch them from start to finish. I watch them start to finish. I'm not going to say that I watched every single video start to finish because something might have happened and I might have forgot. But I have intentions of watching every one of them start to finish. The and I tell you something that I've got a habit of doing, and I hope it don't bother y'all. I'll make a comment. I might make 5 comments, not 5, 2 or 3 comments. Like, I don't know, because I accidentally hit the enter button a lot. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm responding to comments so much, I'm used to hitting the enter button or something. I don't really know. But when I comment on a video, sometimes you may see me comment 3 times. But I try to comment about the whole video. So I want the person that I'm watching the video to know that I watched it. Now, there's some videos there's just not a lot to talk about. But anyway, I need to look. I want y'all to drop a link for 2 channels today. Well, before we start the coffee one, I did not know that Little Bit Crazy was creating content. Why did I not know that? I thought that they were NNs. For some reason, I thought that. I may have even watched the video. And when I got this brought to my attention from some friends of mine that sent me an email and said, hey, and we were talking and chatting back and forth. And so I've done been over there this morning and watched 2 of their videos, but Little Bit Crazy. All their videos are short. We need to go over there today and binge watch all their videos. I think if you watch every one of their videos, would probably only add up to about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes max if you watched every one of them. I doubt they're even that long. It is Little Bit Altogether _ I'm going to see if I can, hang on. I've got a link here I can copy. And I will share this link. Let me come back to my stream. Let me see. That, I think, goes to their channel right there. Y'all check that out, see if that works. But we need to binge watch her channel. Leave comment. And look, man, Ryan and Kyle was talking about their channel the other day, and they got cool. I just finished watching a 50-second video about them driving. I think they pull with slow-mo. Am I right? Slow momentum. I think they pull campers with you guys. But anyway, they were going down the interstate. You see the beautiful mountains in the background. And then they've got a Blackstone video cooking steaks on it that's like not very long at all. There's Gene Bainey. Hi, Gene Bainey. But anyway, let's go over there. Little Bit Crazy drive with slow momentum. So let's go over there sometime today and make a point to watch every video and leave a comment and tell them that K&R Destinations and Daydream About Nice Things and Slow Momentum sent you over there. Telling that all of us sent you over there. So that way, because I met them through Slow Momentum. So anyway, let's go over there and make them smile and give them some views and do the best we can to help them out. Also, Saturday at 5 o'clock, Lynn Oakey, post. We'll get the guys to post your link to your live stream Saturday. We are, as a community, Blue Wave Odyssey and everybody, we are going to raid Lynn the Okie Saturday evening. So Saturday evening, I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern, Saturday. Lynn the Okie does a live stream, and we are going to raid her channel. Like, if we had 50, 60 people there, that'd be awesome. If we had 100, it'd be even better. But I would like for us to have my biggest number, I think, is 56. It's the most people I've ever had in a live stream. 51 or 56. I can't remember exactly. And that is when Slow Momentum and Steve Turtle was on my live stream. And then I think the Fortner brothers maybe tied that record or maybe even broke it. But in the 50s is the record. And it between one of them two live streams I've done. So I'd like to see we get more people there. Happy Place Camping is helping her daughter move. Okay. Well, everybody that can, let's try to be there Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure that's right. I didn't. Yep, Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Also, let's don't forget about New Horizons needs watch time. I think Pause and Effect needs watch time. If you're within 500 or if you're within 1,000 watch time hours of getting monetized and you have all of your subscribers, let us know and we'll try to help you guys out. Love you, man. See you later, Slow Momentum. See you, KT. So, anyway, well, we're looking good to have a big crowd for our guests coming in. We've nearly got 30 people in here. So, this is going to be fun. Bob's Adventure's 11 away. If you're not subscribed to Bob's Adventure, he don't have his watch time hours yet, but he's 11 away from having 1,000 subscribers. RV Kids TV is less than 500 watch time hours away, so y'all can go help them out as well. Something about being on TV, your nose starts to itch. Or on YouTube. Gonna try to. Don't know if I'll have time. Gonna try to film some more RV quick tips today. I've got a whole list of ideas, and so gonna see if we can keep putting them out pretty regular. I've got a lot of good ideas, so hopefully we can keep them out. I don't know how often we can put them out, but I'm gonna put them out as much as I can. It may evolve into truck and travel tips as well, so it'll all be under that same category. K&R Destinations is going to do a giveaway when they hit 400. Where are you at now, K&R Destination? We went backwards, guys. We fell off yesterday. Something horrible. We had went nearly a week without falling off any, and yesterday we fell off big time. We were down as low as 883, I think, this morning. We're back up to 884, and we was up to 887. So we had a big fall off yesterday. Like the stock market, you just never know. But anyway, we're getting there. We're a lot closer than we was 2 weeks ago. So K&R Destination needs 24 to get to 400. They liable to beat me to 1,000 as fast as they're growing. I'm going to look at something. Also, guys, just for those that were interested, if you were interested in the grill, there's 11 days on that smoker grill that we told you about yesterday. So I don't know what they'll do after this is all over. I don't have a clue. But for the deal that we got in on, there's 11 days left. And that link is in the description if you're interested. Let me get back over here to where I need to be. There's Amy McFarland coming in. Somebody says. There's Pause and Effect. I was talking about you a while ago. How many watch hours y'all like? Pause and Effect. Have y'all posted that video, Jarhead and Ginger? I don't know if I'm getting notifications for Jarhead and Ginger. I need to go over there and check that out. Good to have you guys in here. We got 32 people in here. So for everybody that just came in, we got a special guest coming on today. They should be here in about 10 or 15 minutes. We're going to have Chris, who is the owner, the way I understand it. I caught the interview late yesterday, and we got connected, and RVMIA researcher, traveling MIA researcher, I think. I'll get that right one of these days. Anyway, he had this uh he had this person on Chris on, and I understood him to be the owner of Roasters Marketplace, which is a specialty coffee company. So we're going to get to learn all about their company. It's veteran owned, and that makes it even cooler. And man, I was like a kid in a candy store. I guess, yeah. And so we got to hook up, and we text each other there toward the end of the show. And he's supposed to be on this morning, and we're going to learn a little bit about specialty coffee and how we can get it. So I noticed I was on there looking last night. They got coffee in Uganda and all over the place. So pause and effects stuck it. They need about 600 watch hours. So we need to go over there and help them out. Uh, the Roasters Marketplace does a podcast, Common Grounds. Bob's AdVanture posted a link for that. And then the Roasters Marketplace website, Bob's got the link in there for that as well. And they're going to be on, like I say, in about 10 minutes. So that's going to be pretty cool. Cindy Wheeler, I I have a reusable pot cup that I use, and I put my regular coffee in it, and that's all I use. I buy the coffee in the can, and I put it in there, and I reuse that cup over and over. But now, last few days, I've been drinking a lot of hot apple cider in the K pods, so I love that. And so, but I like my uh, karaoke machine, or not karaoke, karaoke machine. I've been doing too much karaoke lately. Anyway, so uh, yeah, hot apple cider is really good. I got introduced to that a couple days ago. I really like it. Thanks, Lynn. Yeah, I don't understand all that. Sometimes I wonder if it is YouTube, and sometimes I just wonder if people just unsubscribe. That happens a lot, so not a big deal. But we're working our way there. We're getting there slowly but surely. As long as we start another month more than we had the month before, that's a good deal. So, or end the month more than we had. I guess that's how I should say that. We're going to find out about all that, Linda Barker. I think we can because they have a drip coffee, and well, they sell all different brands. So they're like a marketplace, way I understand it. But the one I looked at sells a drip uh, style coffee. Like you pick your style of coffee you want. I've not. Thomas bought our Keurig machine at trade day for $5, and that was probably over a year ago. And we're still using it. I have a different brand in the camper because it's smaller. It works sort of like a Keurig machine, but you open the cup. I mean, open the reusable cup and put your coffee in it, and then pour whatever amount of coffee you want in water. Like if you want a cup of coffee, you pour a cup of water in the back. I love it. Uh, it works a lot like a Keurig machine. I think it uses the cups as well. So I don't use the cups that often. So you love our Death Wish coffee. I don't understand that K&R destination. You're gonna have to enlighten us on that. We have Death Wish coffee, but I don't know what Death Wish is. What makes it so? All right, pause and effect. What makes Death Wish coffee so awesome? Everybody loved it. But see, I don't do Jarhead and Ginger. You shouldn't have gave it away. Buy a reusable cup and buy your coffee in bulk or in the big canisters. And that's how I do it. I actually use less. I don't use any because I bought one reusable cup, and the only thing that's wasted is the container that the coffee comes in. And we should be able to reuse those containers somehow, but I don't know. So I have to chunk them. So the containers I get most of the time are those plastic containers. So some of them are the cardboard ones. I think the Walmart ones are cardboard. I think, but I drank Walmart coffee, medium roast. I don't even know if I could. I left the question last night. I don't even know if I could drink. They're a little bit crazy. We were just talking about you before you come in. Yep, K&R destination. You need to have a play all list. Uh, I didn't know it was a coffee either. B&D Crafts. Man, we got 39 people in here. 38 people. Good deal, K&R destination. I will give you an honest review. I'll do it live. How about that? Me and Thrifty Angela think alike. Drinking Walmart coffee, medium. Yep. I don't know if I can drink any of this other coffee. That's gonna have to be that's gonna be something that I have to try, I guess. I'm not beyond trying it. I've got some Uganda coffee picked out on that website, but I don't know. I've seen so many of them. So, aha. Happy Place Camping is throwing out a tip for Gene Bainey. I don't know if I knew that. If I did, I had forgotten it. So, 40 in the house, people. Man, I'm loving you guys showing up all the time. I'm glad you like the show. Uh, it didn't start out to be a morning show, a daily morning show. It started out just to be a place to hang out and drink coffee. Exactly what it started out as, and it has blossomed into this, and I love it, guys, and I appreciate it. Yeah, Thrifty Angela, it's hard to beat the coffee me and you drink, ain't it? As far as the bang for the buck. I wouldn't mind having some specialty coffee just to drink every now and then. The only thing then, if I had that, I might not drink the cheap stuff. I don't know. Thank you, Little Bit Crazy. We love you guys too. Thanks, Thrifty Angela. I've got a new idea that we're going to try out in a few days. Uh, I've got to tweak the idea a little bit more. I'm trying to come up with a way of, I don't know. I don't want to give it away yet. So let me tweak on it a little bit. You drink Cane's coffee. I ain't never heard of that either. Cane's coffee. Linda Okie drinks Cane's coffee. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to find some of that apple cider. We're gonna be out before long, and I'm gonna have to find me some of that to put in my rotation. There's MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless coming in about the time we're fixing to start our coffee talk about with the coffee company. So they should be coming in a little bit. it's about the time we talked about, but I do know that they have kids. Thanks. This is our autism garden. There's RV traveling MIA researcher. I kept messing your name up all morning. Thanks for the hookup on Chris. And Chris is supposed to be in here in just a few minutes. We talked last night, and MIA researcher was nice enough to hook us both up. And I'm like Michael at Our Epic RV Adventure says, I'm like a kid at Christmas. We start talking about coffee. Gene Bainey drank 8 o'clock coffee, French vanilla with half and half. I drink mine black no matter what it is. Hey, I see our guest in the green room. So let's get this party started. Are y'all ready to talk coffee out there? We done been talking coffee, ain't we? About 15 minutes we've been talking coffee. All right, guys, we're going to bring up the professional coffee guy. I mean, what better guest to have on a morning coffee show than a coffee guy, right? All right, so let's get over here and see if Chris is ready to come up. Are you ready, Chris? All right. What about it, wild man?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How
I
are you
don't.
doing today?
Good morning. Let me get over here and make a couple changes.
Yeah, you're good.
And oh, we're good. I got my banner right like I want it,
That
and
looks
all that good fun stuff. Have to make sure our people that help support our channels names is out there, and I try to keep all my banners going and flowing. But I'm new at this too, so I
you're
have to.
doing a good job.
Well, thank you. I had to produce during the morning show. I had to produce and run it pretty much myself. Miss Nettie from MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless, she keeps me straight, but she has to work during the week. And on Tuesday night, she is my full-time producer. She is in the green room watching the chat and keeping me straight. So
It's a lot more help when or it's a lot more handy when you have somebody in the back. I do some production for one of the companies I do some work for. We do a weekly chat session with the owner of the company, and being in the green room and running everything from behind the scenes makes it a lot easier than trying to run the whole show by yourself. So kudos to you.
yeah, this show is growing so much that it has gotten to be a handful because I want to learn as I go, and so I'm trying to learn how to do things. I don't mind somebody helping me learn, but I don't really want people doing it for me. I got to learn, and because that way, if I want to change it, I want to be able to do it. So, but
Definitely,
we're growing
definitely.
so fast. I don't think I'm learning as fast as we're growing. So,
Hey, that's a good problem to have.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
an excellent problem to have.
So this is Chris from roastersmarketplace.com. Uh, and I think I introduced you as the owner. Are you the owner?
I am the owner. I am the
Okay.
owner, the founder, the door opener, the sweeper, the the website designer, the marketer.
Shipping
I am.
department.
I shipping department. I do everything except for roast the coffee, which is uh, I don't know how to do. So I let somebody else do that.
That's right. Well, I was telling everybody in the chat that I ran across you on RV Traveling MIA Researchers channel, and I come in late. I come in late for the show, and all I seen was coffee, and then I was just in heaven. I mean, past that, I don't even know if I heard anything past me seeing coffee beans.
It, it's it gets it's an exciting field to be in, definitely, and I kind of fell into it almost a year ago. I got into specialty coffee and just had to get into it. I was building websites for a different company and looking over a couple different things. Hang on a second. I can hear myself over my headset. So I want to turn me down just a little bit. Let's see.
I don't use headsets. I see a lot of people do, but I've never had to use headset. I mean, I to start with we did, and when I went to this mic, I didn't have to. So
I use mine. It's just a lot easier for me to do it since I run I run a couple different things on one computer, or run a show from this one, or do interviews from a different one. It's a lot easier for me to just do a headset than a microphone. But I fell into specialty coffee kind of by chance. I was in the military for almost 14 years. Got out, went to school, started studying to be a history teacher of all things, and then kind of fell into doing social media marketing and website design and stuff by necessity, so I could work from home. Right now, this is in the back part of my home office that I've kind of redone for a studio. That way I'm able to accomplish what I need to do from home and do a bunch of different production stuff. So thank you, artist on the road. I see your comment over there. I appreciate it. It was an honor to serve this great country.
Yeah,
For
thank you for your service.
Thank you. It was an honor. And it lets me do what I do right now. I don't have college debt because I paid for that for the time I was in the service. I've got a few other benefits that help me out a little bit, and it allowed me to, have the confidence and a lot of the know-how and understanding to do what I'm doing now, and to engage other people and share my knowledge. I've got a really good background in training. I was in the training world in the Army for a long time. I was a drill sergeant for 3 years, and that kind of goes hand in hand with sharing my knowledge that I've gained on coffee with other people. And it's just such an amazing thing. Like right now, I am drinking a Guatemalan medium roast coffee from Banyan Coffee. They're actually a small batch coffee roaster down there, kind of in the neck of woods you're in. They're in Florida, so they're kind of in that
In
area
the
of the
South.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the South. Uh, but it's just so interesting to see that how really good coffee, where it comes from, and the hands that it interacts with, and how sourcing it from a small batch or a small batch coffee roaster is really important in the grand scheme of things when it comes to us continually to be able to get really good coffee. This coffee I'm drinking right now, it's black. I don't need
That's the
sugar.
only way to drink coffee.
It has got a wonderful sweetness to it naturally, and I can't wait for it to cool off just a little bit.
I like my coffee hot and black. I don't want it with a bunch of junk. Now, that being said, I can drink a French vanilla cappuccino. I can suck the bottom out of it.
you know,
But, I want my coffee black.
there's a couple different schools of thought. And I'm of the school of thought, I've got a really bad sweet tooth. Um, and I do like cream and sugar in my first cup of coffee um, in the morning. But later on in the afternoon, I'll start drinking, like this is my second big cup that I've made today, and I'll start drinking black. Or when I taste coffee, when I taste coffee for the first time, I always do it black. That way I know what everybody out there is going to experience.
Right.
And then you got your entire line of espresso drinks out there, your cappuccinos, your lattes and stuff that are milk based. And so, you know, you don't get any creamier than milk.
Oh, I know. My son has got me hooked on the frappuccinos that you get like at Burger King.
Hmm.
Man, them things are amazing, and you can buy a cup. I mean, a big cup of that for like $1.75, and on a good hot day, that's a little bit of a coffee fix and a treat nearly at the same
Hmm.
time.
I've been doing iced coffee, so you've got a couple different brewing methods when you get all into it. And I've been brewing out of what they call a Chemex, which is basically a fancy little glass. I should have brought it up. I keep on forgetting. One of these days, I'm going to have a shelf right over here that I can
That's
just pull
right.
these things off of. Uh, but you can it's just a very simple, elegant glass vase looking. It looks like a flower vase, and you put a filter on the top of it, and you put your grounds down in it, and you just slowly pour water over the top. But I've been working on a technique with that where you actually put ice down in the bottom of it, and so when you brew at a really concentrated strength, and it drips down on the ice, and that ice melts, and makes the rest of your coffee, and it is delicious. I'll sit out by the pool with the girls when they're playing in the afternoon and drink iced coffee. Uh,
Man, that sounds good. I I bought. I guess I've just me and my wife has always tried to be. There's a lot of things we're tight with, and coffee has always been one of those things. I've always just drank Walmart coffee, and we had a little coffee store open in our town, and they would open them everywhere. And I thought, wow, I'll get to see what real coffee tastes like. And I stopped in one day and got a French vanilla cappuccino. I'm picky with my French vanilla cappuccino, and I may be too picky, but that was the worst thing I'd ever drank in my life. The gas station up the road, 10 to 1. I mean, I don't know if it's just my taste or what, but that place wound up going out of business. So undoubtedly, it wasn't just my taste.
obviously,
So,
obviously, you know when it depending on what you're used to, and depending on what your background is in coffee, I like to relate it to something most people can relate to is fresh baked bread. So if you've never had fresh baked bread, you've never had fresh bread from a bakery or from grandma or from your mom or your wife, they've never made fresh bread, and all you've had is store bought bread, you think Wonder Bread is just it. You think, hey, that's really good sliced bread. But then you have fresh baked, still warm out of the oven bread, and you're like, where has this been all my life? I've been cheated. I've been lied to. This is better bread. And that's kind of how coffee is. Everybody's so used to it uh, sitting on a shelf for months, weeks, months, sometimes even years before you ever get it. And then the first time you have fresh roasted coffee, you're just blown away.
yeah, I'd like to be blown away for something better because a lot of times I think all I'm drinking is hot water. I get that taste sometimes. And I'm thinking all this is water. I
And
mean,
you use a standard coffee maker?
I use a Keurig machine and reusable cup, so I put
Okay.
my coffee in a reusable cup and run it through because I like like I said, I like my coffee hot, so I don't want a pot sitting on a warmer.
Hmm.
When I go get a cup of coffee, even if I have to wait on it a couple of minutes, I want it to be hot, and I want it the same consistency. To me, I don't. A pot of coffee don't taste the same. The first cup don't taste the same as the last cup.
The interesting thing about that is a lot of it has to do, there's a lot of science in it, and a lot of it has to do with your, one, how long that coffee is oxidizing, how much oxygen's in the environment after you brew it and after that pot sits there and basically continues to cook. Also, a lot of it has to do with the water temperature that you brew it at, or at the temperature that you consume it at. So, my coffee, it was 200 degrees when I brewed it, and it cools off a little bit during the brewing process. And I know how hot the water was because I have one of those little fancy little pots that, only goes up
Well,
to a certain
a
temperature.
coffee seller should have a fancy coffee pot. That's all
You-
I'm saying.
And also, I've got quite a
And I like
few.
that cool coffee cap you got on there, by the
Hey,
way, too.
thank you. You like
I'm a
that?
cap guy. If you can tell by looking in the background, I have a few back there hanging on the shoe rack. That's
I
just a few of my
I
caps.
couldn't tell what that is on my little screen here, but I get you now. You do have a good hat collection.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to send you a hat. That's all there is to it. You like brown?
The cap you got on is awesome.
Okay, I'll get you hooked up. We'll exchange uh, addresses here in a little bit. But the water temperature then, or that you boil or that you make the coffee at, depends on how much it extracts from the coffee bean. And then when you're drinking it, when your first couple sips, it's really, really hot. So you're really not getting a lot of the flavor out of it. And then as it kind of cools, your mouth can kind of absorb more of that delicious coffeeness from the coffee as you drink it. And there's a whole, what they call a tasting protocol when you go to actually taste coffee. And when I say taste coffee, you go to some places where you're doing what they call a cupping, and there will be 2 or 3 dozen different coffees on the table in these little bitty white bowls, and there's a whole process to make that. That way, every coffee on that table is made exactly the same and is served at exactly the same temperature. So when you go through and you taste this coffee, there's no outlining modifiers or anything that can change the way it's supposed to taste during a cupping. And it's neat to do. The first time I did it was in a coffee class I took when I first got into this whole thing. And it is an amazing experience to go in and be able to taste 9 different coffees in this basically little coffee buffet,
I'd be in heaven.
and really see. That's when you see the difference between like a Sumatran or a Guatemalan, or the different processing methods, because you can really taste the difference when you taste something from Ethiopia and you're like, well, that's kind of fruity and more like a tea than a coffee. And then you taste something from Colombia, and then that's typically what you define like coffee as, is something like we're used to being from coffee or from Colombia or Brazil.
Yeah. So you being a veteran, were you a coffee junkie pre being a coffee company owner? In other words, I know you're used to drinking cheap coffee because you was in the service. I mean, that don't probably get any cheaper than hot water, but
It probably, yeah, that taster's choice that we had dehydrated in the little brown packages in the MREs, it was something that got you through. Uh,
was it
when
a big change? I guess that's my question. Was it a big change? Were you into specialty coffee while you were in the service?
I got a big box one time. I've got a picture, and it came up through my memories the other day. In 2009, somebody sent my platoon, I think we probably had 30 bags of different coffee from Starbucks. We were adopted by a Starbucks in Red Oak, Texas, and they would send us coffee. And so that was really my first experience with making coffee that wasn't just something that I bought from a store shelf, or that I really was paying attention. And that's when I determined that, oh, there really is a difference between something from I'm going to say Sumatra again, because that's the one I really remember having over there, and some of the other stuff. And then when I came back, that was in 2009 when I was in Iraq, and when I came back, I kind of was hooked on whole bean coffee. So I had a little grinder, and I would try different coffee from the store, but I never really hardcore got into it like I did when I was kind of reintroduced to it. I always bought coffee from the store, like in the, fill up the bin, fill up the brown bag, weigh it, and grind it at home.
I've never owned a coffee grinder. If it didn't come ready to put in my Keurig machine, it didn't get bought. I don't know. But now I've never been exposed to specialty coffee. So, and the one time that I was exposed to a coffee shop,
Yeah.
it burnt me. And I guess I'm a truck driver, coffee drinking guy. I don't know. I don't know what you call me, but there's a gas station close. I drive a school bus. There's a gas station like a mile from where I park my school bus. I can actually go by there getting on my bus or getting off, and they have the best cappuccino, and I'm sure it's just like nothing compared to real stuff. But I love that stuff. And then that one bad experience with the coffee shop, I don't know, it sort of got me burnt. But
You,
I I like some Starbucks products, but I'm not a very big Starbucks fan either. It's got an aftertaste that is horrible.
yeah. So a lot of times, excuse me. Hold on. I've been being paged from
The life of a dad.
I've got the I've got two. I got a 2.5-year-old and a 5-year-old in the other room that are sitting on the floor eating English muffins, watching cartoons.
Well,
They said they
they're
want
good to go then, ain't they?
they said they wanted circles with butter on it. So that's what we got. That's why I was running a little bit late this morning. They both woke up about 9:15 and they both were hungry. So, uh, but but a lot of the back to the coffee, a lot of the time, what we get and what we're used to getting from different places is roasted to a point to where it's homogenous. Starbucks, you got to think about it. They serve millions of cups of coffee every day, and they want it to be consistent. And so they have to buy coffee from all over the world or all over a certain country and roast all this coffee to a point where it all tastes the same. That way, if you do go in and you get an espresso or you get a milk-based drink somewhere in Oklahoma, and then you have one in Alabama, they're supposed to taste the same. And with a crop that is affected by weather and rain and how it's processed, they have to do a lot of work to get that coffee to taste the same everywhere. I mean, it's just like McDonald's. McDonald's got famous and got popular because everywhere you went, you could have a Big Mac, and that Big Mac tasted the same.
That's right. I've heard that at a lot of business conferences. They compare McDonald's to the best business model you can ask for. Make it the same every day at every location so that every time somebody comes in, they know exactly what it's going to taste like or what it's supposed to taste like.
Mm-hmm. And if the babies are upset and they want chicken nuggies, you want them to have the chicken nuggets that they want and that they'll eat. And not saying that everybody's picky, but consistency is very important, and consistency is very important when it comes to coffee. And I weigh my coffee when I make it. I weigh it in grams. I weigh my water. I've got a little coffee scale. Actually, I got 3 of them, but that's a whole nother story. But it's it's so interesting when I get into it and start doing it, and I can go downstairs, and if I'm making the same coffee from the same roaster, I can make that cup of coffee taste the same every time.
So earlier you was talking about small um
small batch roasters.
Small batch roasters. So tell us, for all of us non-coffee gurus, what you're talking about when you say that.
So when I'm talking about small batch roasters, I'm actually really more talking about what the actual term is called micro roasting. Small batch roasters are determined by how much volume they roast in a year time frame. So anything under 100,000 pounds of coffee is technically a small batch coffee roaster. But most of my roasters don't roast near that. Some of them come close to it, but most of them don't come near that. I focus more on what they call micro roasters. And there's no real defined term on micro roasters, but if you order a bag of coffee from me, typically, so let's say, hey, yes, ma'am. Okay, hang on just a second.
That's fine. I love the dad and the kids.
I'll be right back. TV's
Okay.
over.
Got to reset the TV. I love that. I like business people that are parents and that take care of their kids and them being real. How about that, guys? So are y'all enjoying this live stream this morning? I'm really getting a lot out of it. I hope you guys are. So we're learning a lot about coffee and I've done learn a lot already, and so I can't wait to hear what else we're going to learn. Bob's AdVanture and the moderators are dropping links to their website and to their podcast, so you guys be sure to check those out as well. And we're going to find out some more about this coffee here in just a second. So there's Danny with Griswold Family Vacay coming in the house. We're talking coffee with Chris at Roasters Marketplace. The website is roastersmarketplace.com. and they're a specialty coffee company, veteran owned. Mr. Chris owns the company, and he is a veteran. And so, I mean, it's double cool. Coffee and veteran owned. Hey, how much better you get than that? Artist on the road. Coffee talk on a coffee talk doesn't get any better. Thank you, Artist on the road. This is the first time we've had a coffee company on our show. That's amazing, ain't it? So, sounds like it's going to be a good deal. Maybe we're going to learn a lot about specialty coffee, and we might find something we get addicted to. That I don't know if that's good or bad, right? So anyway, so you got them kids set to go.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
It's been we up until, well, March, when this whole COVID-19 thing kicked off. Um, the littlest one would go to daycare a couple times a week, and the oldest one was in what they call, well, it's a special education program here at the local school district for kids that are pre-K and under that have special needs or learning disabilities. So, but we've adapted to having everybody here all the time, and they've done very, very well to the change up. Yep, I'm in Texas. I'm in Houston there, just north of Houston in the Woodlands there, Griswold.
So Miss Jean Maney just signed up for your newsletter
Awesome.
and got offered free shipping on the first order. So
Yes, she would.
that's cool. So you guys check out these links while everybody drops them, and but so
So
what was you saying about the small roasters?
if you order a bag of coffee from any one of my guys and ladies, I got a couple lady roasters too. Uh, that that coffee is roasted for you. I mean, it's sometimes that's the only coffee in the machine is what you've ordered, plus a little bit for that coffee roaster to try sometimes. Or if you sign up for something like there's a dark roast subscription going out today is getting roasted, I think. And so everybody that ordered that, all their coffees roasting together in a great big drum somewhere here in the country and getting sent out. And when my Roaster's Choice subscription or my weekly subscription shows up, we might be drinking the same exact coffee, but we're just in different states. So it's pretty cool when you think of it on the grand scheme of things, that you order the same coffee that I'm drinking, you know, right now. Well, I'm drinking the medium roast from last week. So half a dozen half a dozen of my customers, we're all drinking the same coffee and enjoying it together. No, figuratively.
So coffee making like from beans to coffee. What is that process for some of these people out here that may not know? Like when you grow coffee beans, what's the process of getting it to a bag to get to the customer?
So that's a really interesting process, and I'm glad you asked that question. So, coffee's only grown in certain regions of the world that are between the tropics, basically everything in between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer, around the equator, is the only real areas that you can grow coffee. They like coffee that we like to drink, the Arabica bean, uh, typically grows higher elevation in different climates around the world. You have everything from, coffee grows, it's originally grown in Ethiopia. That's where coffee came from, is Africa. And then we spread it all around the world to Colombia, South America, Central America, all the islands through the Pacific. You heard the term Java. Well, Java is an actual island in Indonesia that, started growing coffee from the Dutch in the 1600s. So these coffee plants, so um, the really good ones are grown at a higher elevation, and you can't take a tractor up a mountainside like this. So a lot of it's all hand cared for, hand picked. Once those cherries, the coffee actually comes out of a cherry. It's actually a seed. It's not a bean, like we're used to, and it comes out of a coffee cherry. And that coffee cherry is hand picked typically, and then there's multiple methods of getting that pit or that seed out of that cherry, uh, depending on the environment it's in, is how it's processed. In South America and Central America, they have a lot of water, and so what they do is they call it washed. It's washed processed, and so they throw all these cherries in a big tank of water, and it sits in the tank of water and starts to get soft, and then they run it through a milling process that removes uh, that coffee cherry from the bean. They dry it, multiple ways of drying it on a patio, a raised bed. Then it's packaged up as what they call green coffee. And typically it's then shipped to warehouses around the world until a coffee roaster purchases it and roasts it, and it's sent to you. Um, it's a
So
really neat process when you get into it. And it's actually the second most traded commodity in the world right after oil.
wow, I bet it's worth more than oil right about now.
And we don't like to joke about that. I'm in Houston, you know.
I I watch the stock market a lot, and my math teacher in high school got me to doing that. So whenever I get a chance, I watch. At one time, they were paying you to take oil.
Yeah.
That's how low oil got. We didn't see it at the pump, guys, but at one time, there was so much oil coming into the states, plus what we already had in the state, that oil refineries were saying, "Here, I'll pay you X amount of dollars. Just take it. I don't have no place to put it."
Hmm. Yeah.
And so all right. So when you say roast, so the coffee roasting stores, they get it as basically green seeds, alright, and then they buy it in the bulk, 50-pound bags probably or whatever, alright, so when they get it and when you say they roast it, what's that process?
So there's a couple different methods of roasting coffee. You've got some methods that actually use an open flame or a wood-fired roaster in some instances. There's electric roasters, and there's natural gas or propane roasters as well. There's also what they call a fluid bed roaster, which uses hot air, basically like a convection oven, to roast the coffee. But most coffee is roasted in a drum roaster. So I think RV MIA last night, I think he talked about a chili roaster. So if you've ever seen a chili roaster, that's a big drum that they crank, and the everything tumbles inside. Or if you imagine a dryer, so your clothes dryer,
Yeah.
imagine an industrial size one of those that you throw coffee beans in, and it gets up to about 400 degrees to roast those beans as they tumble around, because they're sensitive. They don't like to sit in heat, because if a coffee bean scorches, then you get a really bad bitter taste. And so those coffee beans got to tumble and move the whole entire time uh, to get what we need to get
So
a
basically
consistent
you're
product.
drying it out. You're
You're
drying it.
you're drying it out, and if you're a barbecue fan, uh, you've heard the term possibly Maillard reaction, to where something browns. It's just proteins being converted to sugars, and we like that taste as humans. We just like that caramelization, that meaty brown goodness when it comes to that reaction. And that's what you're doing with a coffee bean, is you're browning it, you're roasting it. And depending on how good your roaster is and the techniques they use, they can do a lot of um, do a lot of stuff to it. Hold on
Um,
here. I got a message coming through from the wifey. She's checking on the babies. Here we go.
yeah, the
But
boss comes first.
yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So a lot of people in here fixes coffee, I'm sure, in a multitude of ways. I run mine through my Keurig machine, and so can I get coffee from you guys and do it the same technique, or will I need to change the way I make my coffee?
So we offer K cups. There are some roasters that do K cups. A lot of roasters don't do K cups because of the time it takes. Because then not only are they roasting it, but then they're roasting it and filling little cups
Well,
with.
what I do is I don't use the K cup. I use refillable cup. So I just take and dip mine out of the bag, and that's how I do it. It's
Yep.
the same process. I just don't need the cup.
Yep. And so we've got, I mean, you'll just order it ground to whatever consistency that you typically get it. And I believe a K cup needs more of a medium coarse grind. If I have to look it up and see
So
which
would
one it.
that be the drip coffee? Because I was looking at one from Uganda. I do a lot of mission work in Uganda,
Okay. Yeah.
and it offered a drip. It said pick your style or something, and so one of them was a drip coffee. Is that what I would need?
Most likely. Most likely. That's going to be a medium grind that works well with everything. So it should work for that. But I'll reach out to my one of my expert contacts and see what he recommends and what he grinds his coffee for K cups, and I'll get you an answer on that one.
Yeah, that'd be great because a lot of people in here may do it the same way.
Hmm.
I buy, of course, I have in the past because I've never been introduced to specialty coffee. I've heard about it, but I really never did know anything about it. And so I just put a scoop in my reusable K cup, throw it in there, and bam, I got coffee.
Hmm.
And I love it because it's hot. It tastes the same every time. Uh, Not saying that it's the best in the world, but it tastes the same every time. So
That's important, and that's why a Keurig machine is so nice. Typically, as long as it's working properly and hitting the right water temperature for that brew, it does all the math work for you. Um, if
hey, sorry to interrupt. Papa Drew, former drill sergeant up here. Chris is a former drill sergeant. Yes, former. He's a veteran and a veteran-owned coffee company right here. Papa Drew's a tank, former tank. I don't know exactly what the title for that is. But he used to drive tanks.
I was in the Army, Papa.
What branch, Chris? He's
I was
asking.
in I was in the Army.
Army. I got
Army.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
So now you've just made a friend.
Awesome,
So Papa
awesome.
Drew is one of our big channels. I appreciate him for dropping in. Uh,
I'll
he
have to
has.
check him out.
Yep. I'm sure Papa Drew can put down some coffee too. We all like coffee pretty much. I don't know very many people in our chat that don't make some kind of coffee comment pretty regular.
It's a fun thing to be in, and it's one of those things that connects people. You know,
Oh yeah.
before this whole deal, it was, you know, hey, let's go have a cup of coffee. Let's go. It's two, it's 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 10:30 in the morning. Instead of going having a beer, let's go have a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
And that is one of the fantastic things about being in this industry is the way I look at it is it allows me to connect with people that I would have never connected with. I would have never got on Dream About Nice Things YouTube channel.
that's
I
right.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. But then I would have missed out on sitting here talking to you this morning and
Uh,
and meeting you.
the moderators will drop those links for you, Papa Drew, and he has a website. He also has a podcast he does. I'm gonna try to start catching. And do you know that's how this show started? I'm not a homebody. I have a truck. I put a lot of miles a year on it. I'm self-employed. If we're not working, I'm out on the road going and seeing my friends that own businesses, hanging out up at the bank with my banker friends or, wherever. I am on the road constantly. So for me to be in the house, Tammy was telling Jerry Holly we had to meet up with another YouTube channel, went camping last week. She was telling him, he was talking about how God sent YouTube has been for him to get through the passing of his wife. And Tammy's like, it had to be because Gary would have went absolutely crazy locked up in the house without all you guys to talk to. But we started this. I just got on one morning. I said, "Hey, let's all hang out." Cause I couldn't hang out with everybody. It wasn't like I didn't have their numbers. I couldn't text them. Say, "Hey, what y'all guys doing?" I couldn't go see them. So I just got on one morning and I said, "Let's just call it coffee talk and we'll just hang out just like if we're at a restaurant." And it evolved. We had like 5 or 6 people. Then it went to 10 or 12. And then the last few weeks it's been 30 and 40. But it became a show. It became itself. And it didn't have that intention. Now it's 7 days a week. We do this 7 days a week.
I'll have to jump on sometime and holler at you then.
We do
A
it
little
later
more.
on Sundays, and 2 days a week we only do it for an hour. So
It's a lot of
But
fun.
we have a blast. We talk about everything, but it all started over the concept of, like you said, around here, a lot of people go up to a restaurant and they hang out for 2 hours every morning. And all they're doing is drinking coffee and talking. And that was the concept behind it. And it's been a hit.
I can remember when I was a kid, that was a big thing to do on a Saturday was to go with Dad and go sit down at the store or go sit down at the restaurant, have coffee. Everybody would be sitting around the big round table, telling stories, laughing and joking. Or before I grew up I'm originally from Arkansas, at a real small town, 400, I think 460 people is the population where my mom and dad live, you know, and that was everybody would hung out at the general store having coffee in the morning,
Yeah.
and it brings people together. It still does.
So, what part of Arkansas are you from?
North Central, up around Batesville, just the foothills, the
We
Ozarks.
got some Arkansas people in our community. I don't know how many, but we've got several. So,
I've actually got a roaster from Little Rock, Arkansas that is fantastic. They do a really, really good job roasting.
I had forgotten when I talked to you last night. We actually have a little coffee spot down in Fort Payne that my son goes to. It's called the Spot, and it's a little coffee joint, but it's usually full of teenagers. And nothing wrong with that, but it's college kids a lot of
Yeah,
times. And
yeah.
I have been to I'm a mission pastor at our church. I have been to a mission meeting there with a bunch of churches. We all came together and met some missionaries from another country. And but I've had some of their coffee and it was really good. But I can't remember. That was a couple years ago, so I don't remember what their setup is or anything. So
Around here, and I think it's kind of a national thing, is a lot of the bigger churches will have coffee served on Sunday or Saturday whenever they're having a function, and some even a couple of the ones around here do the fresh roasted local roaster because they're really involved in the church community, and that's one of the things. If you go back and watch, I think episode one or episode two of the Common Grounds podcast, I actually interview Hebrews Coffee and
Hebrews coffee, what a
Hebrew,
name!
Hebrews Coffee, and he talks about his journey. And he talks about he's got a coffee trailer, a little mobile coffee trailer, and he sets up and does events and weddings and farmers markets and all types of stuff like that. But he's really involved in the church as well.
So guys, Gene Bainey done been over there, but if you guys, if I'm right on this, if they sign up for the newsletter, they get free shipping on their first order. So
Yep, you'll get a coupon code, and then I'll also send you a coupon code here. Let me go ahead and go in here and do one for you here for your viewers to use for free shipping on their first order as well. Here, give me one
so he's
second.
gonna put a link in there. That way he'll know how many of y'all ordered and how good it is to be on our show.
That's one of the reasons I like to see where the stuff comes from. It's very, very important
So
to
y'all make sure y'all use our coupon code, and so he'll know you guys come from here. So
let's see. Here we go. I quit. I was advertising on Facebook. Let's see what's your. Let's go ahead and use the daydream. Here we go. I was spending a bunch of money on Facebook advertising, and I was just not happy with it. You spend a whole bunch of money, and then you don't know where people come from. Nobody's being impacted that. So in July, what I've done is I've switched all my advertising money that I've got set aside for advertising is going to different podcasting stations. So I'm investing in podcasters and investing in the community I like. And we'll see how that works. I think we'll be better off when it comes down to it. But your coupon code, and I am going to throw it. Can I chat on here, or do I need to go to the YouTube channel?
I think you can put. No, you'll have to go to the YouTube channel. I can chat on here. You can't.
Hold on,
The
Daydream.
way
I got you.
StreamYard works. That's weird. It should let you.
Daydream.
Guys, we're still going to spin the wheel twice. We may do it back to back, so you guys hang around.
Okay, here. I am on there,
So
and
Papa
you.
Drew just said that he has a Facebook group. He said you're more than welcome to post your podcast and stuff on his Facebook post. It don't cost you anything.
Awesome, awesome. I will, I will put him on the list. I'll go back on here, and I'll get all that. The coupon code is Daydream. One word.
Yep.
I just put that in the chat. It'll show up here in a second.
He has over 800 people in the group, and all of them are YouTube creators.
Awesome. I'm going to definitely go over there and check you out, Papa Drew.
So you guys can go to and when you order your coffee, type in the coupon code Daydream, and you'll get free shipping. What he probably would like for you still to sign up for the newsletter. So
I would like it. I don't spam you.
Yeah.
You might get one email from me every week, and I typically talk about how I brewed my coffee that morning and what's going on and who's new and what's going, what's coming up, who we've added. I'm always adding new coffee or new roasters to the website or new episodes or talking to new people.
all right, Griswold Family Vacay has a Facebook group for parents with kids. I guess if you were a parent, you would have kids. But anyway, I'm just saying that's why he typed it. But anyway, Griswold Family Vacay, they're an awesome supporter of us, and so they said you could post your links on theirs. They have a Facebook page and a awesome YouTube channel as well. So you can hook up with them. So there's a lot of free advertising, and they are associated with a lot of cruising people, Disney people. They're in a different, this is pretty much an RV community, and they're in another tribal community.
That Disney community is intense. I
Well,
tell you what.
that's you're an in right there. Also, Rayleigh Creative Travel, I think they were in here. Them and Griswold are buddies. Danny and Blaine, they're both in that community, and so you want to hook up. Danny at Griswold Family said they're not as big as Papa Drew, but he said he can guarantee you'll meet some coffee drinkers.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
did I hear? Like I said, I come in late last night. Everything was going crazy. But did I hear you say that your company provides the majority of specialty coffee in the United States? Did I
Oh
hear
no,
that?
I wish I did.
I thought I heard
No,
you say
no,
that. So
no, I wish I did. That'd be really nice. No, we just, I launched in December,
okay.
and I started the company in November. I launched the website in December, and depending on how the next couple days go, I'm about 9 orders short of breaking my record from the last month. Yes, ma'am. Superheroes. I'll be in there in just a second. Okay. Okay.
Go ahead, Chris. Take care of them kids.
Hang on just a second.
Kids come first, guys. I've raised 2. Bob's AdVanture said 9 orders. We can all do that, guys. So yeah, guys, if y'all are interested in some specialty coffee, might help him break his record. So way I understood, he might have said specialty coffee. I'm gonna ask him in a minute. But anyway, that's cool that he's been super dad this morning and being on a live stream, and that says a lot for a person right there. So yes, I agree, artist on the road. That would be awesome.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I do. I was listening to you. I do a few other things. So, Roasters Marketplace is not my only gig. I run customer service for another company. I also do. I'm a freelance writer and
I'm
photographer.
laughing at Papa Drew. I'm not laughing at you.
You're good.
I've been talking about Blackstone so much. Papa Drew broke down and bought one.
I'm gonna have to
Hey,
check that out.
I don't have an affiliation with Blackstone Grill, but I wished I had. I don't know how many Blackstone Grills I have sold on here. 2 in the last 2 days. So
I'm gonna have to check it out. You might sell 3 here.
Blackstone Grills, that Venture series from Walmart is the best package. If you'll look at my last the Soda State Park video, it says Blackstone cooking. You'll see my Blackstone in action
Oh, nice.
in the best way you can with bacon on it.
There you go.
But
I
I'm
need a
sorry, go
flat
ahead. I
I
didn't
need a
mean to
flat
interrupt.
grill. Nope. You've got me and food. I've got a pretty good relationship with
Well,
food.
we've got the new smoker we do have an affiliation with that we've got posted in the description. There's 11 days. It's not Kickstarter, it's another company, but basically that's what it is. They've sold nearly $1 million worth of those so far, but they got a deal. If you do buy it through our link. It's a mini smoker, like a Traeger.
Oh,
But
really?
anyway, we have a link for it. Y'all check that out. There's 11 days left on that. So
I tell you what, I can't. I don't know what I'd do without my Traeger.
I've got a Traeger. Man, me and you got a lot in common going
There we
on
go.
here. Coffee, Traeger. All you need is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Blackstone and a mini smoker, and we'll be good to go. So,
An RV, right? Do I need
and
an
an
RV?
RV. You don't have an RV yet?
No, I don't. I don't think so. My wife's never going to go for that. I don't know if you caught that last night, but my wife's idea of camping is we've rented a 5 bedroom house down on Mustang Island here in a couple weeks. That's my wife's idea of camping. So I don't
Hey,
think we're
Papa
going to get
Drew,
her.
check out the link in my description. See what you think about that smoker. Me and Jerry Holly was gifted one of those a piece. And then they told us about how we can be an affiliate with them. And so I still got to get Jerry hooked up. But anyway, check that little smoker out. Sorry about that. So, all right. So you said you're
I'm
9 away from breaking your record.
yep.
And so let me see here. Somebody's asking, does your all of the above selection have 7 different blends to try?
No, that I just responded to her in the comments there. That one I believe only has three coffees, and it's the 3 that Project Buna. So Project Buna is another. This is why I got into this. So you've now got me into this subject. So Project Buna is 2 active duty Navy guys that are stationed in Washington D.C. that roast coffee. They roast coffee once a week, and they roast all single origin, what they call micro lots. Like, see, so that's a bag. This is a coffee bag. This is a green coffee bag. So that that bag might hold between 40 and 60 kilograms of coffee, depending on what it is. And so these guys only buy 60 kilograms of coffee, and they call it a project, and that's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. And which is cool in the sense that you might be drinking a coffee that only a couple hundred people in the world will ever try that way of making that coffee or roasting that coffee. But if you really like it, it's going to be gone, which is one of the bad parts about it is. But it's really cool.
So,
Those guys were on the show a couple weeks ago, and they're really fun to talk to and hang out with.
so Doreen was telling me that Gene Bainey said they're the camping flavor.
There's a couple different camp roast, I believe, on the website. Now, I've got almost 240 different roasts up there, and without me having to be able to look at it, it's kind of hard for me to tell you which one is which. And I've tried most of them. That's the fun part.
Artist on the Road does a lot of crafts and stuff. She says she's dying for one of those empty bags. I'm thinking I'd like to have one from Uganda myself. Let me see here. I missed. Let me hide that. What I seen something else was going to ask. So he's 9 away from breaking his record, if I understood him right. 9 sales away. 9 sales or 9 subscriptions?
9 sales. 9
9 sales
sales.
away from breaking his record. And if you type in Daydream in the coupon code, you get free shipping. So hey, there you go. So what is new in the? What is something we can all look forward to in the coffee industry? What's something new coming out, or is there new companies developing that's fixing to make some amazing coffee that you're talking to?
Well, one of the newest things that we're doing is we're fixing to launch a new subscription here in a couple weeks to where you get a coffee from. So right now it's you get a different roast level, or you get a different, different origin. And so we're fixing to do a world tour to where every 2 weeks it's from a different country. So like this week it'll be Uganda, and 2 weeks from now it'll be Ethiopia, and 2 weeks from then it'll be Sumatra, stuff like that. We've also got some different things coming up to where we're fixing to start selling green coffee. And so for people who there's people that roast coffee at home, just like everything else. People make whiskey and well, people moonshining for a while, but people make beer at home. People roast coffee at home, and we'll be offering green coffee as well on the website from our roasters that actually raise coffee or import coffee as well. I see the comment up here. Let me check it out. So he's got a couple questions on there, if you don't mind me hitting them off one at a time.
Go ahead.
So we do have teas on the website as well if you're looking for an alternative for coffee, and you're not looking for coffee. Like one of my friends, their wife, they just found out that they're having a baby, so she's kind of laying off the caffeine and going for some different tea blends that don't have any caffeine in it. I recommend somebody to get a breakfast blend. So typically, for coffee, that is. So typically, that is going to have coffee flavors that you associate with coffee. It's going to kind of be chocolatey. It's going to be kind of creamy. It's going to maybe be that earthy flavor that you're used to. Is typically what breakfast blends are. And somebody getting into this for the first time, I wouldn't go all crazy and order a natural or a fermented Ethiopian that's actually going to taste flowery or like blueberries. I would recommend a breakfast coffee, a breakfast blend. Let's see. We do have iced coffee. We have a whole section for iced coffee or
My
for
son
cold
is
brew.
going to go nuts.
There's I think 6 or 7 on there right now. Let me see.
My son is
Excuse
a
me.
bigger coffee drinker than I am.
It's a lot of fun. So if you go to my website and you scroll over and hit special categories, you'll have the ability to go in and select cold brew. And I've got 10 different coffees in there right now that either are formulated for cold brew or are highly recommended to use as a cold brew. But you can do it. Sometimes coffee doesn't taste well cold brewed or brewed over ice, but you kind of tweak it if you need to. Also, do you sell, let's see, coffee? And Griswold, if you've got a French press, if you got access to a French press, French press is probably one of the easiest specialty ways of making coffee that you can find out there. You really don't need much other than coffee, the French press, and some hot water to do it. I like the AeroPress myself. That's what I'm drinking right now is an AeroPress, and it's basically a giant coffee syringe. So you take and it's a plastic tube. You put the coffee down in it. You add the water. You wait a minute and a half, and then you press it down, and it forces that coffee through a filter, and it makes some really, really, really good coffee.
Man,
That was a good
I can
coffee.
done taste
Good
some of that
question.
coffee now. So, man, oh man, I may have to rethink how I make my coffee.
I really hope I don't get you in a bad habit and make you
Ah,
spend a bunch of money, but uh, I tell you what, it's a lot of fun when you get into it because you can do it, at 6 o'clock in the morning, or actually about 5:30, I start making coffee. I make my coffee and it sits in what they call a clever dripper, and it just basically brews in this little plastic cup for about 4 minutes. And then I take and set it on top of my cup and it drains right into my cup. And so I
so
only make, 18 to 20 ounces at a time. That way it's fresh, delicious, and it hasn't been sitting there for a while.
So do you have videos where you show everybody how to do this, or are you gonna come back on our show and show everybody how to do this?
I can definitely come back on the show. This right here has to be complete before I start making videos. Uh, I've got a light set up, and I've got some more lights on order. I've got my cameras and everything set up. I just didn't want to be making it in my kitchen
Right.
because I got to take the lights down and the mics down, and then the refrigerator makes a bunch of noise. So when you're talking about production, but there is I'm going to link a YouTube channel. Well, I can't link a YouTube channel in the comments, can I? You
Oh
can.
yeah. Let me actually do this. Whoops.
Hold on, I'll link it. There's
Hey, RV traveling MIA researcher. I made you a moderator so you can. Uh, you, I think we have his podcast going, but you can share his link too as well if you want.
I'm
And
going to send this to you in a message here so you can post it.
we doing private message.
Yeah, private
Okay.
message. So that channel right there I just sent you is James Hoffman's channel, and he pretty much has the YouTube channel on how to make coffee. He's a world champion barista, however you want to say it, and he explains some really good coffee techniques. And if you got a question, he's probably covered it. But I will be doing videos on my Roasters Marketplace YouTube channel here within the next few weeks on how to use different implements and different techniques.
So this is the link for the now what I didn't type in his name, but this is where you can learn how to do different techniques about making coffee. I just posted that link, Happy Place Camping, and the
Yep.
moderators.
Yeah, James Hoffman. He's got about 411,000 subscribers on YouTube. He is the coffee man.
So I think everybody is loving the coffee talk this morning. And so one day or whenever you have time, we'd like to get you back and talk more coffee too. So,
Definitely,
but
definitely.
we're pushing to break your record. I don't know how many people is interested, but you'll have to let us know if you break your record. So we've got moderators out there pushing to see if we can break your record and also get your likes on your podcast over 100. So we got RV traveling MIA
I
researcher
appreciate
pushing
it.
to get you over 100. So
Appreciate it. We really appreciate it.
we're
But
I can then tell this bunch is going to stay connected.
it's a lot of fun. I'll definitely get back on here one day and go over some different techniques on how to make coffee with what you might have at hand already, or how to make better coffee and say a Mr. Coffee Maker or Mr. Coffee or an AeroPress or a French press.
Lucky Dog production moderator Miss Sue done got some of your videos queued up. So I don't know if it the coffee making person or your video, but all right.
Either
Bob the
one will work.
Rancher said you're at 99. We need one more person. I think I done subscribed to that.
Well, I really appreciate it. That's pretty awesome. I
It
did.
was at 85 this morning, and we got you at 99. We should get you over 100 here in just a second.
That's pretty. I'm at 100 right now. I just
Yeah.
hit it. Well, that's awesome. I
It,
appreciate it.
it was 85 this morning when I looked at it. So you hit the 100. Good deal. So the
That's
100, the
awesome.
first 100 is the hardest to get.
That's what they say. I appreciate it. Y'all
Well,
are amazing.
I appreciate you coming on. We've had a blast. Anybody got any questions? Let's do chat questions right quick, and then we'll let him go to taking care of the babies. Uh, or anytime you need to leave, let me
Oh,
know. But I was
you're
going to see if
good.
we had some questions.
You're good.
102 now. You're at 102. Roy and Becky just went over there. So this is a coffee drinking bunch right here. And I mean,
That's
you got a
awesome.
bunch of campers. They're going to drink some coffee.
And
And Roy is world renowned in fixing it however he has to. But let me just say, Roy let us all down here the other day.
uh-oh.
I mean, you cannot be a real coffee drinker and run out of coffee. I mean, who does that? Roy ran out of coffee the other day. What's so bad about Roy running out of coffee? It is a long ways from where Roy is camped at to a store to buy coffee.
If I see one of your comments on there, Lynn, what was Lynn's? The Okie didn't answer my question. I
What
think
was your
she.
question, Lynn? Let me go up here and find your question,
Yeah,
Lynn.
there's a bunch. There's a bunch
It's
chatting.
hard to see the questions. If if you guys want a question asked, tag me in the question. Do you have an email? That was Lynn the Okies.
Yeah, Chris at roastersmarketplace.com will come right to my phone.
Yeah. So the moderators can post that in there. Chris at roastersmarket.com.
Marketplace.com.
Oh, market. Chris at roastersmarketplace.com. So Roy's speaking to make some cowboy coffee. What are your sales numbers now? They're asking, have you broke the record yet? So I
Oh,
think we've had some people in here ordering coffee.
we've had. It looks like I've had 3 orders from the show, I believe, right
All
now.
right. So
So I'm 6 away.
so Papa Drew just posted about your company on his page and told
Awesome.
everybody to go check it out.
Thank you very much, Papa Drew.
The Griswold family wants to know the top selling tea. There we go.
Wellness Blend from Unrest is by far the top selling tea. I actually have 2 bags going out. Just replaced this morning.
I like last year's first year I ever tested positive for the flu. First time. I'm 51 years old. And not saying I didn't ever have the flu before, but the first time I tested positive. Anyway, I made the mistake, and this is my opinion. Y'all do whatever y'all want, but I made the mistake of taking Tamiflu, and I actually got worse. So senior sister, Happy Place Camping and the moderators will start dropping the link to his channel. But anyway, got worse, and my son, we were in a little discount store, Ollie's. Y'all may have a Ollie's. They're like they sell overstocked items. Anyway, he found some mint tea. I want to tell you what, boys. I put some local honey in that mint tea and I put the tea in my curry machine. I tore the bags open and ran it through my curry machine. And then I added honey to it. I mean, almost instantly, I started feeling better. I don't know why, if it just made my sinuses or whatever, but so mint tea I can drink by the gallon now. And I never had drank hot tea before. Papa Drew, help you on YouTube.
I'll definitely talk to Papa Drew. Tell Papa. Well, Papa Drew can hear me too.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I spent about a decade at Fort Hood, Texas, in First Cav, and so if he was in the military and a tanker, I'm sure we might have crossed paths if he was in very recently at all. So I'll be hitting you up, Papa Drew.
And I bet you being a veteran, Papa Drew likes to have vets on his show, and he has like 2,000 maybe or more Facebook subscribers. Papa Drew just took off like a rocket in the
That's
last
awesome.
months or so, and so he's got an awesome channel. They have I call it like comedy night. It's comedy face off. You put 2 channels against each other and you tell jokes and you try to make the other channel laugh. And pretty cool. I've actually been blessed and honored to be on his show. And so Papa Drew was in the Marines.
I see that.
So let me make sure I'm trying to look over all the questions. Roy was in the military as well. Let me see.
I do like strong coffee as well. Yeah, when you get into coffee brewing, they talk about ratios a lot, and anywhere from like a cold brew coffee is going to be 1 to 10. Basically 1 part water or 1 part coffee to 10 parts water. but that's meant to be diluted. But I typically brew at a 1 to 15, which is pretty strong. But that's the way I like my coffee.
Guys, we may go over a little bit. I don't think we have anybody following us. I just want to get all y'all's questions. Senior sister, the name of the company is Roasters Marketplace. Uh, and they will be posting links to their place. This is Chris, veteran owned company. Chris is the owner. Met him last night for just a brief little bit. Man, we hit it off instantly.
Definitely.
And we've been texting back and forth, and we made it happen. And I'm thankful that Chris done that for us.
I'm going to touch on Roy's question real quick. Roy, if you're on there and you're looking at if you're looking for a really strong, bold tasting coffee, I would look at something from Indonesia or Sumatra or Brazil. Those are going to have a lot of flavor. Well, not necessarily Brazil, but if you're looking for something strong and kind of on the darker side, look at some of the stuff from Sumatra. Unrest coffee from Maine's got a bunch of Sumatrans. You can actually shop by country and origin on my website, which is pretty cool. So I hope that answers your question.
There's a few questions right there.
There's my buddy.
Yep.
Yep. Daydream, we're going to get some. I'm going to get on your show, and we're going to do a Roasters Marketplace AeroPress tutorial one of these days, and talk about brewing a cup at a time, basically.
You got an open spot. I would suggest Tuesday through Saturday because that's our 2-hour shows. Sunday and Monday we only have 1 hour. So
okay, awesome.
Our biggest show probably we have the biggest crowd on Mondays is usually busy, but Fridays or Saturday is not one of our biggest shows. Saturday and Sunday is not one of our biggest shows.
Okay. I'm usually good every other Friday. My wife's in the oil and gas industry, and they have some really cool. They don't work every other Friday. They work 9 hours a day, but every other Friday they get that day off. So I'll have to come on a Friday show when I need to.
Yeah, you just tell me when, and I'll make it happen.
Definitely,
we have to
I had
move
a lot
some
of fun.
Stuff around, so
had a lot of fun.
And let me see here. I'm trying to answer all the questions. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna work down all the questions. If we run over, I don't think we have anybody behind us. What is the order to ship and turn around usually?
Oh, okay, good. That's a good question. So, Amy, it depends on who is roasting your coffee and when their roast schedule is. So, for instance, RVMIA, they placed an order last night with Beansmith. Beansmith only roasts on Wednesdays. So, or actually Thursdays. Today is Wednesday, ain't it? Nope, Wednesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Man, so tell you where I'm at. So, so he roasts on Wednesday. So that order that was placed last night will roast tomorrow, ship out, and it usually is to its destination in 3 to 4 business days. So it depends on the roaster, and that it should show on that product what day of the week it roasts, whether it's roast to order, or if it roasts on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Oh, Griswold, you're going to have to.
I can drink black coffee strong and go to bed and go to sleep. Me too. But that don't work for everybody.
Me too. There's some different. Let me pull up something right here. Let's see, loose leaf teas. And if anybody has any issues on my website or any suggestions on how to find something on my website, please let me know. Because that is one of the things I like to do is make sure my website works perfectly for everybody.
Yeah, and if it don't work great and you're not getting a response for some reason, email me. I can text him directly.
Yep. And what type? There's a couple teas on there. The Earl Greys are going to have a little bit of caffeine in it. The Dream a Little Dream from Sling-a-Ling Tea is supposed to be pretty good. And then the Formosa blend from Unrest is a really good tea as well.
So let me scroll down here. So we got if I miss your question, tag me again because I may have gotten my my chat might have scrolled up on me.
And I agree with that. Lynn the Okie, that Sleepy Time tea from Walmart is pretty good. That's what my wife gets every once in a while.
Lynn, the Okie son makes coffee that'll grow hair on your chest. Yeah, I'm out on that. That sounds like some pretty strong
It's
coffee.
strong coffee.
Let me see here. Make sure we don't have any more questions. I'm scrolling down. Hey, Papa Drew, I would love to come over there and season that grill for you. I done mine by the Blackstone book, so and then I cooked a bunch of bacon on it. That's all I'm saying. I used flaxseed oil and done it by the book because I'd heard too many nightmares about grills flaking. And so I done it like they said to do it. I actually went out and paid a bunch of money at a specialty place just to get the flaxseed oil because Walmart was out of it. And so and then I cooked a mess. We cooked breakfast on it like immediately afterwards. And so you can ask Jerry Holly. My grill is slick as you can get it, and you know you cooked on it a bunch if it's slick because it comes cold rolled, so it's a little rough texture. But
Hmm.
when you get her seasoned real good, it'll be slick. Let me see here. Let me go down. I'm still looking at all these. What is what? Get down here to Amy's again. Amy had another one that said, mine says Chica Bean.
Chicken
Uh,
bean, yeah. So, oh, chicken bean's really cool. That's actually one of my roasters in Guatemala. So, chicken beans, a group of women-owned farmers. Uh, they women own
and
the
that
farms, and they'll actually roast that order. It should be roasting on Thursday, and shipping out, and it'll be to your doorstep typically on Monday morning. So it might be a few days, but you don't get any fresher than roast at origin.
okay, that's why I missed that. See on my StreamYard, I was gonna highlight that for you, Amy, but it had uploaded faster than I'm scrolling down on the phone. Make sure you tag me or I may overlook your question. Griswold family said they already had the wellness one. Captain Jack. Let's see here. All right, so Artist on the Road said there's a few new people that's come down, that's come in the chat since we started, so I might need to go over everything again. Yep, Banderella and Johnny Journey come in. I'm pretty sure they're coffee drinkers. Johnny can outdrink me in coffee. She's a nurse and works night shift. So, rundown, quick. Chris, veteran owned company, coffee company, can sell you about any kind of coffee you want. And,
Yeah,
uh, and ship it to you. I'm trying to squirrel.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yep. And one thing that I don't think I talked about last night, and I don't think I talked about today, is I don't ever touch the coffee unless it's coming for me to drink. That coffee is roasted and shipped directly from that small batch or that micro roaster to the customer. So we're not incurring any extra expensive. We're not wasting any time. That coffee is as fresh as you can get it, unless you would pick it up at the roaster. So it's really cool.
so I met Chris last night on RV Traveling MIA Researchers uh, show, and he hooked me and Chris up. And I was telling Chris we had a coffee show, and you guys have responded great. So, have you had any more sales? Are you getting close to your record? We're gonna see
Uh,
if we can break that record right here. That's my goal. And I don't look, guys. Chris don't pay me to sell his coffee. We just met last night. I know him as well as y'all know him because I know nut. I come in late last night. I knew Chris sold coffee. I knew we had a lot in common. That's all I knew. And so Uh,
we're still at three orders or four orders right now that have
so,
came in.
so
Uh,
4 orders. So that
four
puts
orders.
you
We
your
had one more, but that's so it usually takes people a little while
yeah.
to pick something out because there's a lot of choices. You know,
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to build something that has the largest collection of small batch coffee roasters in the country, if not the
Oh,
world, on
Jeannie
it.
Baney
So
got approved. She's monetized now. That was quick, Jeannie
congratulations,
Baney.
congratulations.
So
That's
yeah, I'm
awesome.
sure it takes a while because I've been looking on there this morning, and I'm like, wow, how do I pick?
It's
And
hard.
so, being a Ugandan missionary, I thought, let's go Uganda. And of course, I clicked medium. I went Uganda, and so I'm looking at that. But I don't know. I wanted to talk. That's why I wanted to wait and see what everybody says about what you had to say about the different blends. Now I'm thinking I might lean towards tea because I like tea.
I I tell you, you know what the nice thing about it about the website is you know, you don't, even though you're shipping from two or three different locations, if you choose two or three different things, you're not actually going to pay that extra shipping. That shipping's incurred in my costs, and so you could order a tea and a coffee, and especially since you're getting it free shipping anyway, you're only going, if you weren't getting free shipping, you'd only pay one shipping fee uh, to get that coffee or that tea to you. So you know, if you look on there and you go look at that Ugandan, let's see, I'll pull you up. I'll tell you which one I've been drinking right now. I've got some Bean Smith Ugandan downstairs right now, and
That's what I got picked out.
it is really, really good. It's a really good coffee.
I got that medium ground pour over drip coffee that I've been looking at.
And if you order it today, he'll roast it tomorrow,
Oh
and it'll be
wow!
in the mail. It'll be in the mail tomorrow or Thursday.
So that is a pound of coffee.
It's 12 ounces. It's actually
Well,
12 ounces.
I got you. So that would last me and my son like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, yeah. It goes through. It goes through quick, but it's good.
So let me ask you this while I got you here. It says earn 1,600 points when purchased. What does the points mean?
So right now what you can do is you can cash in points if you're a member, or if you're not, even I think non-members can cash in the points as well on your next purchase, or you can save them up and end up where you get free coffee after so many points.
Uh,
You get a point for every penny you spend, I think is what it ends up being, and basically 1,000 points, if you spend $100 you can get $1 off a bag of coffee,
I
I
got you.
think is what it ends
Griswold
up.
family said you got another order.
Awesome. Thank you, Griswold.
So we're getting there, guys. That's 5.
That's 5. Y'all are going to have me busy this afternoon shipping labels.
That's what I wanted. Cause I wanted you to come back. I want you to be on our show, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate people coming to our little bitty show. We don't have a very big show. We usually run about 30 to 40 people. The last couple of weeks, we've grown a little bit, and so
You know, that's why I started, you know, looking at little channels, and not necessarily little channels, but smaller podcasts and smaller venues, is because you typically have a more loyal audience. And that's, I mean, that's the whole thing about building a company and building something on the internet is so hard, because I don't have that one-on-one reaction to or interaction with a customer, and being able to almost sit down and talk to 30 people and tell them about my company and tell them why I'm doing it and tell them about the roasters is why I've started really focusing in on YouTube and podcasts, because you know, I'm not giving my money to Mark Zuckerberg over on Facebook. I'm taking my time and investing my, you know, sweat and time into making these relationships.
there's your question.
So I haven't had the whiskey barrel aged, but I have had a bunch of my buddies order it. They say that there's not an overwhelming taste of whiskey to it. It does have a more aromatic smell of whiskey than the flavor.
Uh, Lynn, let me scroll down and find Lynn's comment. I have to do it in.
Let me see. I can
It's
probably
at
spell them.
10:51. The timestamp on it. I think it was after. Lynn wanted to know where you got your right there. Where'd you get the thing you made your coffee this morning?
Amazon. Amazon. It's an AeroPress. Let me see if I can jump over here. You know, StreamYard, I'm going to get on there and tell them that they need to have the ability for guests to make comments.
Yes, I wish that was yeah. Griswold family said he just ordered 2 teas.
Awesome. Spelled that
Uh,
wrong.
so don't forget, guys. Type in Daydream in your coupon code, and you're gonna get free shipping.
Or you can sign up for the newsletter and
Yep.
use the newsletter
Do
code to get
both.
free shipping. Yep,
Sign
too.
up for the newsletter, but use Daydream in the code so he'll know that we sent you there.
Yep.
Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I get all y'all's questions. Okay, senior sister has a question. Let me go down. It was at 10:55 on the timestamp. I was wanting to try to bring it up.
I see it here.
There you go.
So most of the plastics that are used are BPA free. In the Clever Dripper is BPA free, and the AeroPress is BPA free. So you shouldn't have to worry about any of it leaching into it.
Here is a question from Roy.
You can do either.
You can
You
do
can
either,
you can
Roy.
either. Some roasters though, they only do whole bean. Or if you're looking at something like as a 5-pound option, I won't send you 5 pounds of ground. I don't want you to have stale coffee in a couple weeks.
Uh, the let me see here. How long is the Daydream? Cindy Wheeler wants to know how long the coupon for Daydream is good for.
I think I made that for a year.
Okay, good deal. So you got a year to use that coupon.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna have him back on too, and so maybe he'll keep it up
Yeah,
while
we're going to have to hang out a lot more. Come on. This is fun. I don't get to talk to adults a lot during the day. I get 2 little girls that come in here. They're actually, I believe, playing PJ Masks right now. I've got my 5-year-old is a future movie director. She
RV
will,
weekend. So many coffees to try.
and I'm there with you. I'm sitting at a box of coffee I just got from one of my roasters that has 7 different coffees in it for me to try.
Wow, I bet you get a lot of roasters wanting you to sell their products as well.
It's growing. It is growing, especially with the smaller guys, because it's hard for them to get exposure.
Yep. Good deal. We've had a good bunch of people. Anybody else got any more questions before we let Wild Man go take care of these babies? And we got to spin the wheel twice. We got a prize wheel. I don't know if you've ever seen our prize wheel.
No,
I tell you what, I'll spin the prize wheel if you got a minute, and you can watch how we do this.
I you got a prize to give away? I'll give away a bag of coffee.
That sounds like a winner. Somebody asked a while ago if we could get a bag of coffee on there. I
Sure,
will add
we'll
it
do
to
it.
the wheel. What we do, we spin the wheel and we pick a player. Then that player gets to spin our prize wheel.
Okay.
And so we have different channels that donate prizes, and we leave that prize up there as long as whoever donates it wants it up there. But when it's won, then we ask the person if they want to do it again. But a lot of channels have donated prizes from the start, and they've been on there the whole time. So let's go in here. He's going to put up a bag of coffee. Ain't that awesome? Let's go up here and share the screen and find the wheel. Turn the audio on. Everybody make a comment in the chat. So everybody has to they have to be an active participant in the chat to get their name on the, boy, I nearly messed up. Disregard that because that is spinning the wrong wheel. My wheel has not loaded up completely. And I was trying to get it to work. Ah, there we go. Let me cancel that. I'm going to go in here and add the, if you barely click on this page, it spins that wheel. So, bag of coffee. And we will save that. That's our prize wheel. Let's go over here and open up the player wheel. And I'm going to delete these names and we'll load up some new names.
That's pretty cool.
We do this every day. On the 2-hour shows, we spin it twice. On the 1-hour shows, we spin it once. And it gives everybody a chance to win. We got a bunch of prizes on there. And all the prizes have been donated by channels. And so let me go over here and find a participant. Everybody made their comment. So let's copy everybody's name. Copy. Go over to the wheel, paste, and take my name off. Save it. So Johnny's Journey, you want to put a coffee cup on the, you said next time. You mean when we spin for the prize wheel this time? Let me know. All right, everybody check and make sure your name is on the wheel. It's in alphabetical order. So the bottom names are Van Life with Gina Payne, Vanderella, Thrifty Angela, RV Weekends, RV Traveling MIA Researcher, RV Ashes in April, Rhonda D, Rayleigh Creative Travel, Punt Needle with Privies and Prim, Over the Hill RV. All right. Everybody else's name should be up there. If you have 2 channels, let me know because you can only be on there once. So we can add Mr. Chris. And that way he'll have a chance of winning some awesome prizes too. And save that. Save that. All right. Everybody look, make sure you're on it because it's your responsibility. Lynn the Yoki, you are on it. Everybody look. Lynn is on there. I've seen it. Lynn the Oki's on there. If Chris wins the coffee, we'll let him spin again. How about that?
Sounds good to me. I'm coming back.
Oh. Let's see here. Everybody on the wheel. So, all right. So here we go. We're fitting to spin the wheel. Let me shuffle the names. Everybody's in. Victoria, let me see here right quick. Victoria, you're going to have to start getting in on this. Let me put it in here. You come in late every time, Victoria. I got you in there. Let me save it. Save it. All right, we're going to shuffle that wheel. And we're going to spin the wheel.
So close.
Over the Hill RV. Good deal. Good deal. Chris Nerdy won.
I almost got it, didn't I?
Yep. Let's remove Over the Hill RV off that wheel and save it because we're fixing to spin it right back here behind it again. So we should be able to just to go right back in there. So let's go over to the prize wheel. Open it. And Johnny Journey said to throw in a coffee cup. Or, whoops, got coffee wrong. That's not even right. Save. Save. And now let's shuffle the wheel and see what Over the Hill RV has won. He's a repeat winner as well. We've had several repeat winners. It's just how the wheel falls. All right, let's see what he is. Oh, I got to call out. I got to give the shout outs right quick. I was speaking to do it without giving the shout outs. All right, we got Shout White from Beyond Beauty 3. We got Peace Love Camp decals from Camping Therapy. We got $5 PayPal cash donated by Over the Hill RV. We got Curly Dog donated by Silver State K9. We got a custom set of nails donated by and made by MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless. We have some custom framed artwork from Artists on the Road. We have Pink Zebra candle making kit with the wax, sprinkles, and scented, and a Happy Place magnet donated by Happy Place Camping. We got $25 Longhorn Steakhouse gift certificate donated by K&R Destinations. We have a custom car tag donated by the American Wanderer. We have a $20 your choice Home Depot or Lowe's card donated by Captain Jack Scrapper. We got a $10 Amazon e-card donated by Whoa Nelly RV Adventure. We got a $20 Amazon gift card donated by Senior Sister. We got a custom-made pendant. It can be used for a necklace, keychain, or an ornament. It's a butterfly little pendant donated by Miss Mary Jones. We have the Gary and the Bear package. A $5 Amazon card and a Daydream shirtless on a bear sticker. And that also comes in a holographic sticker. So you get both. Donated by yours, one and only. Donated by the one and only Over the Hill RV. You cannot purchase those stickers, by the way. You can only win them. So we have two $30 PayPal cash prizes on the wheel at the same time. Donated by Jean Bainey. And she wanted to thank everybody for helping her get her watch hours. And by the way, she just got monetized. So it took about 2 days is all it took for her to get monetized.
That's awesome.
So we got a $25 Camping World gift card donated by Rayleigh Creative Travel. We have a bag of coffee on this wheel. Forever how long you want to leave it. We got a bag of coffee donated by Roasters Marketplace. Chris has got that on the wheel. And we got coffee mug donated by Johnny Journey. Let me write. Make me some notes here. Trying to hurry up, guys. We've been on here a long time. All right.
Had a good show.
Let's appreciate you coming on. You have made us a great show. So
thank you.
Let's spin and see what Over the Hill RV has won. $30 PayPal cash
There we go.
donated by Gene Bainey. So let me remove that. And Over the Hill RV, email Jean Bainey and she will get that to you. And that's a great. I'm going to remove that one and leave the other one on the wheel. Save that. Now let's go back and let me make a note on this right quick. Change that to 1. I have to keep up with all these prizes. So let's go over here and we save that. Save it again. I'm always afraid I'll lose them. Let's go back and open the wheel for the players. All right. So Over the Hill has been took off. Anybody new come in? If you have come in, let's make sure your name is on the wheel. Everybody make sure your name's on the wheel. Has anybody new come in that y'all know of? Let's sort it in alphabetical order. So it is sorted in alphabetical order. Let me see here. Somebody won that the other day, Papa Drew. I only had that on there one time. And they didn't claim the prize. I don't know why. Yeah, if you were not on the other wheel, you need to let me know right now. Let me see here. Roy and Becky. Okay, I need to add Roy and Becky. Who else is not on the wheel? I got Roy and Becky. I just put them on there. Senior sister. All right. Who else needs to be added to the wheel? Captain Jack wants coffee with rum.
Got
All right.
those.
Is everybody else? So because we're in a hurry, guys, I'll read off them prizes just like I did this last time. I may quit doing the description of the channel because it takes up so much time, but I will do your channel name. All right, everybody in here. Everybody in on the thing. Let me see. Everybody's name on the wheel. Save that. Save that. All right. Oh, a little bit crazy. Let me write that down. We got another prize on the wheel. $10 PayPal. Y'all remind me to put that on the wheel when we get over there. All right. So here we go. I'm going to shuffle the wheel. If you're not on it, it's your fault. And let's spin this bad boy. Oh, Rayleigh, a two-time winner. Yes. Chris, you just missed out. I mean, by photo finish 2 times.
That's good. I'm winning just being here.
Oh, good deal. So let's we don't have to worry about that wheel again. So let's go over here to the prize wheel. And I've got to add in $10 PayPal that a little bit crazy has added to the wheel. And save it. and save it. All right, so let's let me go over it, because that's the deal I make with all the donors, that I read off their name when we spin the wheel. So we got Shout Wipe from Beyond Beauty 3, Peace Love Camp decal from Camping Therapy, $5 PayPal Cash Over the Hill RV, a Curly Dog by Silver State K9, a custom set of nails by Nettie by MelNetteLivingFreeZipCodeless, custom framed artwork from Artist on the Road, a pink zebra candle making kit with white sprinkles and will come scented, and a Happy Place magnet donated by Happy Place Camping, $25 Longhorn Steakhouse gift certificate from a K&R Destination, custom tag by the American Wanderer, donated by the American Wanderer, $20 Home Depot or Lowe's gift card, your choice, donated by Captain Jack Scrapper, $10 Amazon e-card, donated by Whoa Nelly RV Adventure, $20 Amazon gift card, donated by Senior Sister, pendant, handmade pendant, can be a necklace, keychain, or an ornament kind of thing. Butterfly, it's beautiful, handmade, and donated by Mary Jones. Gary the Bear package, a $5 Amazon gift card, and a sticker with yours truly shirtless riding on the back of a bear. You'll get that in a sticker form and a holographic sticker form. You'll get both, and the $5 Amazon package donated by Over the Hill RV. We have one $30 PayPal cash left that was donated by Gene Bainey. We have a $25 Camping World e-card donated by Rayleigh Creative Travel, Blaine at Rayleigh Creative Travel. We got a coffee mug by Johnny Journey, a $10 PayPal cash card by A Little Bit Crazy, and I think Lynn the Okie said to add a. I just now thought, Lynn, did you say add another coffee mug? Somebody won one of yours the other day. Let me see here, Lynn the Okie. Did you say? Put in the comment right quick. Did you say add the coffee mug back on the wheel? Okay, so we got a coffee mug from Lynn the Okie. I need to add that to the wheel. And, like to forget, we got a bag of coffee on the wheel from Roasters Marketplace. Chris at Roasters Marketplace has got a bag of coffee on here that you got a chance of winning. I put these names on here because we have some prizes that are the same. That way we know who won what prize.
Yep.
Save. All right, let's see what Mr. Blaine wins this time. He's doing better than Happy Place Camping. Let's see here.
I want to see this Gary riding the bear sticker. That's what I want to see. I want to see this sticker.
All right, I might show that sticker, and just when we get done, y'all might talk me into showing that sticker. Oh yeah, we also have a pick a prize slot. So if somebody lands on that, they can pick any prize on the wheel. So let's I think I saved it, but I always like to make sure. Now let me shuffle it up. We have a lot of awesome prizes on here. And the Daydream stickers are collectible. Happy Place Camping has made them a collector's item. Of course, she's reselling them on eBay, so I don't know. I may have to do something about that. So anyway, here we go.
Here, we'll go swimming in a little bit, okay?
Looky here, looky here.
There we go.
Blaine has won a bag of coffee. Woohoo! That is awesome. What is the odds of that?
That is awesome. Truly awesome.
That is awesome. So we will remove that from the wheel and we will save the wheel. That is awesome that somebody won a bag of
That is really
coffee.
cool. Blaine can shoot me an email at chris@roastersmarketplace.com and I'll send them a coupon code so they can pick whatever coffee they want.
Man, there you go, Blaine. Whoops. I accidentally hit that again. That's what I'm saying. You barely have to hit that bad boy and it'll click and it'll make that spin. And Blaine, as always, if you don't drink coffee, my email is daydreamaboutnicethings@gmail.com and I'll send you my address. Just kidding, buddy. I bet you drink coffee. I'll just about bet you drink coffee. So anyway, our daggum chat is full of coffee drinkers.
That's
So let
awesome.
me see if I can find this picture to show. Let me go over here and look in my brand and see if I've got it saved over here. I don't see it, but I will go and fetch it and I will show it to you guys. Oh, I think I got it let me go back over here. We're fixing to sign off, guys. I want to show him this right quick. Let me see here.
While you're looking for that, I want to definitely thank you for having me on the show today. And it was a riot. I've never sat in on a show quite like this with the active crowd that you've got, and I've had a good time this morning, so I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. I think everybody has really enjoyed it. Uh, yeah, the prize wheel is good, Johnny's Journey. Everybody loved it. We have tea parties on the norm. All right, so let me bring up the collector edition sticker that everybody is dying to get, and let me give y'all a glimpse of it. Oh, that was a glimpse.
That's
That is the collector series sticker that you can win on the wheel.
there seems to be some Russian collusion on here, but
Yeah, there is. Over the Hill RV is hooking us all up with
that's
all these
fantastic.
collector stickers. That is on the wheel as a decal and a holographic decal. Not just a decal, but there's also going to be a holographic decal thrown in there as well. So, Over the Hill RV and Uncle Lisa, and I think a few of those are the troublemakers behind that project. So,
Thank you, artist on the road. I saw that comment. I appreciate it.
Anyway, all right, guys, we're fixing to sign off. We have wore this guy out between babysitting and talking coffee. We have wore him out, and so you guys make sure you go over there and uh, try some of his coffee, and make sure you use the Daydream coupon code to get the free shipping. And uh, happy place camping. I have no words for that sticker. You're getting a lot of thank yous for coming
Yes, I
on.
see. I appreciate it. I'll have fun, and we'll coordinate this again. I'll be back on. I'll
You
be a
just let
regular
me know
guest if you want me
when. It's
to.
never too many times. They love talking coffee, especially if you get on here and show them how to make
Yeah,
some.
definitely. We'll do a live feed for sure. I
All right.
appreciate it.
I'll let you go down and take care of your babies, and I'll tell everybody bye. And you got my number. Could I text you on it?
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
text me anytime you want to come up.
All right. We'll figure this out, and I'll get you a hat for your wall.
That'll work.
All
Not
right.
for the wall, for the head.
There you go. I appreciate it. Thank you
Thanks.
very
See you,
much.
man. Appreciate
Bye.
it.
Y'all
Hey, guys, I appreciate y'all supporting Chris, and that was awesome. And let me go over here and do a little work right here. That way, yeah, I got him. All right, so I appreciate y'all supporting Chris, and that was awesome, you guys. I hope y'all enjoy the coffee. Y'all have to let me know what y'all think about it, and maybe we can get him back on here for some more coffee talk. and sounds like he's going to be a regular guest on here. Love talking coffee. Those that come in late, man, that's been he come in about 10:30, and that's all we've done. And I think everybody loved the love to talk about coffee. And now we have us a coffee friend, a friend in the coffee business. So that's always great to have. So uh, anyway, any of y'all that just coming in, go back and rewatch it. We had Chris from Roasters Marketplace Coffee Company, veteran-owned company, and y'all go back and rewatch it. He came on at about 10:30, 10:35. So y'all go back and check that out. If you want to order coffee from their website, there's links that the moderators are dropping. And if you use the coupon code Daydream, you get free shipping. So I appreciate y'all supporting them. I appreciate y'all supporting us. We had 30 plus in here the whole show. That tells me y'all are enjoying it. Congratulations to the winner. Man, what about that? We gave away a bag of coffee. And so that was awesome. So, anyway, I love you guys. And we are fixing to sign off. And I think we've covered everything. I hope I didn't miss any questions. I hope I didn't. So if I did, you guys shoot me a message. And like I say, if you have problems with the website, Chris's website, you shouldn't. But if you need to ask him a question that you can't get answered on the website, shoot it to me, and I can text him directly. So, Rayleigh Creative Travel, good deal, good deal. Appreciate that. All right. So don't forget Roy and Becky's coming up in about 35 minutes. I think they're the next ones up. So don't forget to go over to Little Bit Crazy and binge watch all their videos. Don't forget New Horizon needs watch time. Pause and Effect needs watch time. Um, who am I missing? Oh, don't forget Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a community wide raid on Lynn the Okie. We're going to see how many people we can get in there and give her a little support. She's always supporting all of our channels. And so we want to go over there and give her a good raid. And we might come up with some fun things to do while we're over there. I'm sure Lynn's got some great ideas, and so it's just going to be a big blowout. Uh, so let's go over there. Don't forget Tech Talk this Tuesday. Yeah, don't forget Tech Talk with our Epic RV Adventures. Uh, doing a group thing for RV Village for RV and campers. All right. Let's see here. All right, I think I've covered everything. If I forget, we'll take it up tomorrow. All right, we got live tonight. Don't forget, 9:30 Eastern. Y'all be there. Let's have a big crowd tonight. You never know who you're gonna see on tonight. So, y'all come by and let's hang out. And then after our live, we can go over to Johnny's Journey and have the late night show. So, hope I didn't miss shouting out anybody. You always welcome to throw in your show in the chat anytime. Just don't load it too much. Like, we don't want it just to be repetitive. But you can put it in there 2 or 3 times on a 2-hour show. It don't bother me in the least. All right, guys. I love you all, and thanks for supporting our show. And I will see y'all tonight. Love you guys.